Well, welcome to Pride Park on this Friday night to kick off the long championship weekend. And at the end of the night, we could potentially see Derby County in the top 6 after a recent upturn. But West Bromwich Albion could potentially be in the bottom 3 come Monday night. Lilling Jr. getting involved at the first opportunity, and a chance which fell the way of Malumbi, but a tame effort really.
Yeah, I just wonder, would it be a better serve just taking a touch? He wasn't under pressure, didn't need to take it first time. Could have maybe taken a touch and really put his laces through it.
Little intriguing burst there, area between centre-back and full-back. That's Hegerberg.
Yeah, he's made that run on a number of occasions, Mikey Johnston. I mentioned with Hegerberg dropping deep. You know, he's offering himself up for a forward pass the centre forward, so then Johnston can break from a wide position into a more central area.
Well, the Albion supporters noting the fact that they have lost 10 successive away games in the championship. Campbell trying to make inroads and has forced Elder into conceding a corner. So Mikey Johnston to deliver. So Bielik at close quarter. Langos trying to shackle Nat Phillips. The header, Campbell. Well, very much a near thing. And imagine he'll feel he should have done more.
Yeah, he just gets away from his man, and if it's on target, it's in. Yeah, the Derby crosses tonight are going to have to be inch perfect. Look at the size of that back line, the 3 big centre halves that West Brom are playing with here, so to pick out a white shirt is going to be tricky.
Well, Johnston perhaps trying a trick in the wrong area. I don't think that was the hardest call of the night.
You consider both sides have struggled from open play to create anything. You know, set plays this season have been important for both teams. Maybe a set play could open the scoring here.
They are wary of Bobby Clark on the edge of the area for any bits and pieces. Oh, O'Leary's in trouble, and he's beaten. And Patrick Adjumang is the beneficiary. Well, the debutant goalkeeper with a moment to forget. But in many ways, a goal in keeping with the nature of this first half.
Yeah, I just mentioned it from open play, both sides really struggling to create anything. But from set plays this season, both have been dangerous, and if you put a decent ball in, you know, it tempts the goalkeeper to come and try and catch. He just completely misjudges it, comes off his fingertips. And I mentioned with Adjumang, you know, early in the game, hardly had a touch, but just keep believing, be ready that the ball might drop to you. And this is what this is all about, that attacking, you know, readiness, anticipation. The mistake is made. Look at Adjumang. He's ready to pounce. He's hardly had a touch. He was in the right place, but he's ready to tuck that ball home.
Don't necessarily want to be mongers of doom. It's a foul by Brewster. Well, Derby finding a route to goal without their chief goal getter.
I think players like Brereton Diaz, Adjumang, Clark, Brewster, they've all stepped up in Morris's absence and done well.
Sajimang. Will Clark get there first? He will, but on hand was Hegerberg. Styles will hit it. But they've won it back here. Malumbi on the move. It was Bobby Clark they robbed. Illing Jr. plenty of pace on it. And no control whatsoever, really, on the finish from Price.
Right, it's not an easy chance because there's so much pace on it. It's just smashed across the 6-yard box from Illing Jr. Isaac Price has done well to support the play. He covers, half the pitch to get into the penalty area. But then when you've got a bouncing ball like that, you've got to slow yourself down and get really clean contact on it. And he just kind of swipes at the ball and it's way off target. But good to see him getting forward.
Bart. Price steamed in most effectively. Major got a deflection. It'll fall here for Illing Jr. And Langos in the way.
I think Illing Jr. does the right thing in taking a touch just to, sit the ball down, then think about striking it. But there's so many white shirts between him and the goal. It's very difficult to get it past them and work Zetterstrom. Rather than take it first time, take a touch. You're not under pressure.
Oh, and that's presented really to Wallace, and that's a dangerous game. Illing Jr. and Britton Diaz able to nick it. Adjumang, the return's on, and it's well measured. Ben Britton Diaz. Oh, the best bit of football Derby have produced.
Yeah, it's great work from Adjumang. He gets on the ball, but importantly, he gets his head up. And he knows that Brereton Diaz has made the forward run, and he plays the pass. It's a well-timed run. I think the angle is against Brereton Diaz as well. It's a tame effort.
And Fraulo with some good work again. Blackett-Taylor. Adjumang surely offside. They didn't get involved in the end. Britton Diaz, we allowed the game to continue, which would certainly have been a sore point for West Bromwich Albion. Adjumang certainly did get involved at the last there.
Yeah, initially he makes a forward run, he is in an offside position, but he doesn't get involved in the game, doesn't affect the game. That's why seemingly the referee plays on. There's a defensive misjudgment as the ball is clipped towards the far post. Then Brereton Diaz is surprised the ball actually reaches him. And there he is offside. You can see he just steps away, doesn't affect the game at all. That's why the referee plays on.
So Bart's back into the mix. What a warrior he's proved tonight, and he might get his head on this. Travis, all a little awkward. Oh, and well, what a moment. Zetterstrom bravely putting himself in the firing line, and that was vital.
Oh, what an opportunity. Defenders are ball watching. He's certainly onside, Madge, but Zetterstrom, he's never going to get to the ball first. He just has to be a barrier, just make it really difficult for that ball to be poked past him. It's a golden chance, though, for West Brom to equalise in a really scrappy game.
Well, it's all going on as referees are advised to do. They have to give a warning before the corner is delivered. There's all sorts going on in there. And has it been hooked out? I think it crossed the line. Derby have been pegged back. West Brom have equalised. And is it, at last, the end of this dismal run on the road? Well, Mepham taking the congratulations. It was an almighty skirmish. And Mepham has chosen quite the moment to score his first goal for the club.
Well, you have to credit West Brom that they just kept going. Well, the whole of the ball does look to have crossed the goal line. Zetterstrom does his best to keep it out. Doesn't look as if he actually manages to do that. But they've hardly looked like scoring or getting anywhere near scoring, West Brom, in this second half. But from a set piece, they just flick on at the near post, and Mepham gets there ahead of Salverson, gets the ball over the line. That's all that matters. It's not a glamorous goal, but it's a goal. It's possibly a point. It just breaks this run, this horror run of defeats away from home for West Brom. Yeah, the West Brom fans are bursting to life. They look as if they'd accepted their fate at 1-0 down, but their team have just, kept going, created that opportunity, got the equaliser, and their trip here now, they'll be a lot happier travelling home.
Well, it's not a victory, but it might just be a little victory for Eric Ramsey. His first point at the helm. West Bromwich Albion ending a run of 10 defeats in a row away from home. Chris Mepham popping up when it mattered most with his first goal for the club. Well, Derby seemed to be, for much of the second half, more likely to add to the Patrick Adjaman goal, which gave them a first half lead, than concede. But right at the end, they've let a victory that would have propelled them into the top six slip away. They are still on the fringes. They are still very much in that race. So the final score at Pride Park: Derby County 1, West Bromwich Albion 1.